everyone. Welcome back to Parental Vision Podcast. I'm your host, Tiana Caprice, and today I had the pleasure of sitting down with a phenomenal, wonderful father. We talk about things as far as dating and being in biracial relationships and how we navigate that type of world. Raising a teenage daughter, a 10-year age gap between both of his children. Everything from every subject of parenting you can ever imagine. It was a wonderful conversation. Please take a look. You might learn something. Jakeith, welcome to Parental Vision Podcast.
Hey T, how you doing?
I'm doing well. How about yourself?
I'm doing fabulous. I'm doing great.
Good. Thank you so much for coming to sit down with me today.
No, I'm excited. This is awesome.
You're not nervous?
No. This girl, I was made for this stuff. Let's go.
You're my first guest. It's like, no, I'm good. That's good. We're gonna have fun.
Yeah, we're gonna have a blast.
So, first of all, I know you're a dad. We know that, and we'll get into that.
Yes.
I want to know about you. Tell me a little bit about yourself.
All right. Okay. So, born and raised Bridgeport, Connecticut. BPT 203.
Oh.
Yes, that is where I'm from. Born and raised there.
Okay.
Grew up, went off, did a whole bunch of things in life as far as work. Went to Southern Connecticut State University, SCSU.
Yes.
Did that for a little while. Did my little stint there. I call that my prison stint for 4 years. Got done with that and instantly fell into like the home care, healthcare industry. I ended up working in a group home with special needs adults actually for 5 years.
Wow.
Then became a disabilities coordinator for a home care agency and then went into marketing for that and did that for 12 years. All while trying to make, millions of dollars on the side, figuring out all kind of side hustles.
Right.
That stuff don't pay.
Right.
So now I find myself director of sales for a continuing care retirement community and also a real estate agent here with ASJ Realty Partners in Connecticut. Yes.
Oh my goodness.
So I'm busy.
Yes.
With 2 kids and a wife.
And a wife.
Yes.
Okay, so when do you find time to be a dad and a husband?
Oh, that's 24/7.
Yeah.
What you mean?
But isn't it hard though, like to make the time?
Oh, it is. It is. Oh, yes. But I think you gotta love it.
Yeah.
Because when you love things, you find time for things. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I don't ever think about when do I have time for my kids and my family. You know what I mean? Like it's just there. It's more so finding when do I have time for me. That's
True.
the question.
Yeah, that's important.
So I take my little 20 minutes, 30 minutes here and there. You know what I mean? My wife is cool with letting me get my little breaks for me time. Yeah.
Earlier when we first spoke, you said you had a man cave.
I do.
I want to know how that came about. How did the wife take that?
So for 11 years, we rented a house down in Bridgeport, right?
Okay.
And then we outgrew the house, right? And it became one of those situations during COVID 2020. I said, all right, I'm ready to buy a house. I said, it's time to buy a house.
Yeah.
I'm out. I'm done with Bridgeport. I love it. I'm gone, but I love it. Old school, love it, baby. I'm out.
Right.
And so I ended up going around looking for properties, and I found a house. And the main thing, my wife loved everything about it. The kitchen was gorgeous, all this. I went straight downstairs, and I looked and I said, oh, this got some space.
Right.
I can make this something.
Yeah.
And so I said, all right, I'll take this. I looked at my wife in the driveway. My agent at the time, I wasn't even a realtor. Mm-hmm. He goes, you guys want to go home and think about it? I said, ain't nothing to think about. I said, I'm impulsive. I said, babe, you like it? She goes, I love it. I said, you love it? She said, I love it. I said, all right, well, then we'll take it. And he goes, what? I go, oh, yeah, put an offer in. Let's go. And he only saw 2 houses.
On speech.
And that was it. And I was all about everything that, like, those little features. But then I went downstairs, and I'm handy. So, like, I built a bar. I have a pool table. I built a studio similar to this type of setup for real estate videos, gym, all that fun stuff. I got a workshop in the garage that's like, my craftsman workshop.
Right.
It walks out to a patio with a hot tub and all that stuff. Oh, yeah.
So you got the MTV crib.
I got my crib, baby. I'm good. I got my crib.
And you're happy. You're settled there. You're not going to go anywhere else.
Not because of my interest rate. I got one of those good interest rates back in 2020.
I hear that, exactly.
So yeah, I'm not going anywhere no time soon. I'm settled. It's a beautiful home.
That's good. And the kids love it.
Oh, my kids love it. My daughter's a star. She loves the town. She's doing fabulous there in high school. 15. She just turned 15 on the 21st. Plays JV, soon to be varsity soccer for the high school.
Awesome.
JV, soon to be possibly varsity basketball for the high school.
Awesome.
And then literally looked at me when I thought I was getting a break from like pasta parties and parents' night out and all that stuff. I thought I was gonna get a little breather.
Yeah.
She's like, I think I'm gonna try track. And I go, what do you mean? I said, all right, well, you ain't never did track in your life. You ain't going.
Yeah.
Okay, good, go for it, baby. I'm always gonna push you.
Yeah.
And next day she came home, she's like, so I made freshman shot put, JV javelin and varsity discus. I go, ain't this about
a mother trucker?
Yes, Lord have mercy. I said, is that all one pasta party or is that 3? And she's like, that's 1, Dad. I was like, all right, cool.
Oh my goodness.
So she's thriving there. And
Yeah.
I got a 5-year-old little boy.
What a gap.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
I ain't gonna call him what I call it because we are Kara.
You were so funny.
But yeah, he's a blessing. He came out of nowhere. You know, he came out of nowhere.
Those are the best blessings,
yes,
right?
Yes.
Out of nowhere blessings.
Yes.
Yeah.
Those are the ones that make you either stand up or sit down. And you either got to stand up or sit down.
I love that.
And so you stand up.
Yeah, absolutely.
And so, I'm lucky enough. My wife, she's the director of an early childhood education center. So he goes to school with her till kindergarten gets ready, which he goes in August or September, something like that. Whatever
That's
it is.
beautiful.
That's the one thing I don't have to worry my mind about. I have a wife, which is my human calendar. So that is the one benefit I get, right?
Yes.
Like that's that when you ask me about when do I find time for me,
Yeah.
I don't. She does.
Bless
she
her.
lets me know what we got going on. Like I can't remember everything.
Shout out to the wife. We love her.
Shout out, babe. Love you.
Absolutely. So how old were you when you first became a dad?
So I was 28 when she came into the world.
You were ready?
No.
Ooh.
Is anybody ready?
You know what? I've had guests that were like, I was so ready. I was good to go. And I'm like, okay, I want your book. I was scared.
I ain't gonna lie on this camera because this can go back in time. No. No, I wasn't ready at all. I mean, our story is actually pretty miraculous.
Can I hear it?
Sure.
Tell me.
All right. I told my wife I was coming to talk with
Yes,
you. So
let's talk about it.
She knows I'm about to cut loose. So, so me and my wife actually met at a friend of mine's bar. He owned a bar in Bridgeport.
Mm-hmm.
And I actually had been eyeballing her for like a year. Yes. She's a tough cookie. Wow. She's a tough cookie, man. Like, I watched her, like, shoot dudes down.
Yeah.
Dudes trying to buy her a drink. She's like, no, I'm good. She had a little space, a little spot. She was good.
Yeah.
So then one day, my best friend was like, yo, go holler at her, B. And I'm like, you know what? It's that time. I feel it. I feel it today. I'm going to do it. I don't know if I felt it or the shots felt it, but I felt it. So I walked up to the bar, and she looked up, and her eyes were like, bing, in my eye. And I was like, oh, God. So then I asked her if she wanted a drink. I did the whole typical thing. I watched her shoot everybody else down, and she actually said, yeah.
Oh, okay.
And I said, okay. And so we got talking, and we hung out a couple times there, like just briefly.
Yeah.
And then she came out one time and told me, she was like, I really like you. And then turned around and walked away. Now, mind you, I had no idea. And I was digging her, right? So I didn't say nothing. I just was playing it smooth.
Yeah.
And so I run back in. And when I run back in, she had her friends all there. And so she's sitting in this dude's lap. Now, I don't know the dude, right? I don't know.
Yeah.
Turns out, thankfully, he's like one of her like best friends from like when they were teenagers.
Okay. But
I didn't care. So I look at her and I go, come here. And he looks at me and I go, come here. Come here. And he tells her, go.
Right,
and so
right.
pushed her off. And so that was it. Invited us to a party. That was that. We decided we were going to go on a camping trip together 4 months later. And camping is a real thing, especially with margaritas and 2 adults. And next thing you know, on the 5th month, we found out we were having a baby.
Wow.
So really truly knew each other maybe 5 months before she was pregnant.
Oh, my goodness.
And we've been together 17 years.
Oh, my heart is bursting.
Yeah.
I love stories like that.
Yeah, it's a good one.
What was her reaction like? How did she tell you? I always like that part of the story. How did she tell you, like, baby, I'm pregnant?
Okay. So, all right. So I became a club promoter.
Okay.
Right? I was a club promoter in between that, because like I told you, I like money. I like the hustle.
Yeah.
So I was a club promoter, and I was getting done, and she was my door girl, right? So I had her, because you got to put your money where you trust it at, right?
Of course.
So I had her my door girl. And I don't know if that's politically correct, say door girl, my door person.
I get it.
And so we get back to her house. She was staying with her mother, and we're talking and everything. And it was one of those I just felt. I was like, did you get? didn't hear you say anything about, you got your period or anything.
Oh, okay.
And I just looked at her, and it's like 2:30 in the morning. And I said, we got to go to the store. And she was like, you think so? I go, oh, yeah. We got to go check this out. Let's just go figure this out. So it's 2:30 in the morning, and the only CVS that was available was in Westport, Connecticut.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
At 2:30 in the morning.
Right, yeah.
Okay. So pull up, get out, I go inside, and I don't know what I'm doing. I don't know how to do this. So I just walk through the aisle. She stayed in the car, and I'm like, give me 1, 2. Ooh, Clear Blue Easy. That one looks like it. Oh, that one says a word. Give me that.
Exactly.
And I bought like 5 of them. I spent like $100 on this thing. So we go back to the house, and I'm like, hey, let's find out. And so she went up. She did it. She came downstairs. She looked at me. I go, what does it say? She goes, this one says, I'm positive that we're having a baby. I go, okay, we'll try this one. That one might be wrong. Let's see. So she goes up, does it again, comes down. I gave her the one with the words this time.
Oh, of course, we need to be plain.
Now we going to the words.
Right.
First we tried the line. Then I'm like, that's faint. I'm like, that's faint. That could be marker. I don't know. That's a mistake. So we went with the words.
Yeah.
And she came down. She just looked at me, and I go, yeah. And she goes, yeah. I said, all right, cool. And she goes, what? I go, yeah, all right, I'm going to bed. And she was like, what do you mean you're going to bed? I go, ain't nothing I can do about it right now. I'm going to sleep. I rolled over, went to sleep. Woke up in the morning. She asked me, what do you want to do? And I said, what do you want to do? And she was like, I want to keep it. And I go, all right, then let's do this. And that's where we are.
I love that story.
Yeah.
That is beautiful.
Yeah, it's been awesome.
Yeah, you look super happy, by the way.
Oh yeah, that's my partner. That's my rock. She's my rock.
And do you think that's important when you look for somebody that they should be like a partner and a teammate?
Absolutely.
I think so
too. I mean,
too.
Life gives you so many things that you've got to go through, and if you don't have somebody as a support to you, you're gonna find yourself lost, right? You got every now and then you're in the forest and you need a flashlight. Yeah. Right? And if that flashlight can lead you back to a path, great, awesome. You can walk that path along together, but every now and then you might veer off it, and that light needs to come back, right? So, yeah, I think that having a partner as a support that you can truly trust is very important.
I love that, 100%. And when did you know you had a partner or a teammate? Like
that took some time.
It did?
Well, it didn't take I knew she was that partner.
Yeah.
I had to mature myself, right? I had to get my mind right to be ready to be accepting of that type of support. Okay. You know what I mean? Because when you're a single guy most of the time, I had girlfriends and things like that. I dated, but never, what I thought was serious wasn't really, to the fullest. So when you get to that level, a lot of people get to that level because they've been dating somebody for 8 years, then they decided to get engaged. They've been dating since they were 18, thing like that. Yeah. When you've been the party boy, from, basically 12 until like 28. Yeah. And then all of a sudden you get a kid and a person you want to try to parent with and date and love, you have it's a hard time to register. Okay. To register what it is to be a responsible partner, to be a supportive partner, to be a respectful partner, and all of that. I was still in the club scene doing that thing. I had to let that go. I then got into radio, which doing radio sales and I worked for Radio 104.1 Connecticut's Alternative Rock.
Awesome.
For 4 years. Yeah. Okay. So that scene in itself was, very complex and go on. You're making friends and building relationships with bar owners and restaurant owners and all that nightlife stuff. And they need you to be a part of it, so you're in it. You know what I mean? You're in it, and you neglect home and you neglect things. Yeah. Right? Yeah. So that took some time. But yeah, but she remained, she's stuck, she's a rock. She's solid. She's solid. Mm-hmm. I love that so much. Yeah. Now tell me about how your son came about. We know how it comes about. Oh, how he came about? Yeah. You're out of nowhere blessing. G-Money? Yeah, what are their names, actually? So Rhea Marine Jackson. I love that. Yeah. Yeah. She's 15.
Yeah.
About 5'8". She got my height.
She's tall.
She's tall, about 5'7" right now. Green eyes. Oh yeah, she gorgeous. My girls. I got things for you boys out there.
That's right. Yeah, we're gonna get into that.
We're gonna get into that.
Yes.
And then Grayson, he is 5. Grayson Jackson.
I love that name.
Yeah.
Wow. So how did Grayson come about?
Grayson came about, I'm going to assume, very similar to how his sister came about.
You got to stay away from those margaritas, Dad. Oh, my goodness.
Here's the reason why his nickname is Tequila. I call him Tequila. My wife calls him Office.
Oh, my goodness.
Because if we didn't have him, we would have had an office.
I am cracking up. Y'all are hilarious.
But yeah, so, he came out of love. You know what I mean?
Absolutely, yeah. How'd you feel about the age gap, though? Is it hard?
Dope.
It's dope?
That's dope.
Really?
So you got 2 options. I think there's 2 options. Either you got to have them super close together so that you got a partner to play with, right?
Yeah.
That's important,
yeah.
right? Because I see other people with kids close in age and they get to do whatever they want to do. They don't get the whole, daddy come play, daddy come play, daddy come play, daddy come here, right?
True.
Or you have a gap enough where you got a babysitter built in for $20. You know what I mean?
20.
Or $50. She gets pricey sometimes. But
Baby girl charges?
She charges.
I'm crying.
She charges. I taught her how to hustle. She charges.
I love that. Okay.
So that aspect is dope. They love each other though. Like that's her baby. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like so he's spoiled rotten with her.
Oh yeah.
Until she doesn't want anything to do with him anymore.
Oh, she has those days.
Then she done with him.
Yeah. She has those days.
Yeah, she has those days.
That's funny.
Yeah.
So your children are biracial?
They are.
Okay. And how is that for them? Like
fine.
Yeah?
Fine. I think you got to build a certain amount of confidence
How'd
in
you
your
do
children. My wife is very socially aware.
Yeah.
She's very conscious of it. She is an advocate and I guess advocate is the best way I can put it.
Yeah.
She is a fighter for civil rights and racial, integrity.
I love that.
So, she doesn't play. Like I can give you an example. I won't mention the school she's at, but
Please
they
do.
did a video.
Okay.
And they were doing, it's a national company, it's a very large company. She's the director of this school.
Yeah.
And they did a video and they called it Showing the Children of This School, like the cultural diversity supposedly, or like the differences. And when it's national campaign, went to all the schools, and there's over 500 schools. No one noticed it, my wife did. And so she wrote to the president and said, hey, I know that we're trying to show that we have, culture and we're trying to show what the kids look like, but unfortunately these kids don't look like my kids that go here. And they were like, excuse me? You go, yeah, I don't know who did your video editing and everything, but I don't see any young little African-American children. I don't see any Puerto Rican, Spanish, Latin children. I don't see any biracial children. And my child is biracial and he goes here. And I need him to be represented in the video. The video never came out.
I bet.
She squashed the whole campaign.
I bet.
Yeah.
Good job, Mom.
That's how she does.
Yeah.
That's how she rolls.
Good job.
Yeah, she don't play.
I love that. Absolutely. And how about you guys dating? Did you guys get certain looks? Because I've seen it. I've seen it even when I went out with someone of a different race. You get scolded in certain areas.
Yeah, absolutely.
And how did you guys combat that? Or was it whatever?
I kiss her.
You kiss her?
I kiss her. Give a damn. I don't care about you. Why I care about you? Why you mad because you ain't get me? Because that's how I look at it. The only reason why you upset is because you either A, are mad because you want me, right? And I'm not trying to be cocky. I'm just being honest.
Yeah.
Or B, you mad because you don't like yourself. So either way you look at it, neither one of those things affect me on a day-to-day, so therefore I just keep it going.
To hell with you.
And honestly, that's it.
That's it. And what about how your wife handles it? Or how she handled it?
She is more, she doesn't let things bother her either.
Okay.
She's an observer. I'm more, I don't want to say introverted. She's an observer, right?
Okay.
I'm outgoing. I'm the extrovert.
I can see.
Clear,
What's
right?
your sign?
I'm a Virgo.
Okay, I'm a Cancer. Okay.
Here we go. My grandfather's a Cancer. I'm probably part of that in me too. So she's an observer and I'm the outgoing one. So she actually notices things before I notice them because she's watching.
Okay.
Whereas I'm just like, blah, 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 right? And so then she'll pull my coattail afterwards. She'll go, did you notice that? I go, nah, what happened? She go, oh yeah, she was eyeballing us. And I go, all right, she don't care. Mari don't care.
Okay. And no one's ever said anything to you guys?
Nah, they not crazy.
Okay.
We're
not going to push the envelope now.
You don't want to go there. You don't want to go there. No, because the one thing I will say, my wife is very calm. Like, she is the type, but her tongue is lethal. Lethal.
Love that.
Okay, like a razors on it. So I would probably jump in before she would open her mouth, just because I don't want, because it's going down.
It gets spooky.
It's gonna get real.
What's her sign?
She is a Gemini.
Oh God.
Yes.
Yep.
Turn like that.
I get it already.
Yes. So I can see, she never really, we never had any confrontations or anybody really come up. I've been asked questions before, like, what's it like dating a Caucasian woman or white girl and all that, or why? And I always said, it's like, I don't have a preference. Huh?
What do they mean, why?
Because in their mind, for a lot of people, I think, they look at me as an African-American male from Bridgeport, from an inner city area, as to, I must have seeked out this individual, right? Because I'm in an inner city, in an inner city school system, growing up. Many beautiful African-American women around me, many beautiful Latin women around me, all different other, things. And then it's kind of like, well, how did you get this Caucasian woman from Fairfield? Like, you must have gone and seeked her out. And the fact of the matter is, I just surround myself with successful people. And it just so happened that some are Caucasian, some are Latin, some are this, and I don't discriminate. You know what I mean? So whoever I'm feeling is who I'm feeling.
Is who I'm feeling.
That's it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I don't discriminate. I've dated the rainbow. You know what I mean?
Really?
Yeah. So I mean, it's never been a thing for me to look at color. I don't judge people by color. I judge you by your character. Yeah,
and your mindset. Yeah, I'm racist against stupidity.
I like that.
Yeah, if you're stupid, I can't get with it.
No, not at all.
I do believe that everyone should love whoever the hell you want to love.
Absolutely.
Listen.
Because at the end of the day, you're brought in this world by yourself, and you're going to go out in this world by yourself.
I was just about to say that, literally, 100%. And I'm not going to get to the end of my life and be unhappy because I let the opinions of others validate me or invalidate me.
Exactly.
I love that. So speaking of love who you love,
okay,
how would you feel if either one of your children came home with someone of the same sex?
Cool with that. Me and my wife go to Pride Week every year in Providence.
Are
every
you
year.
serious?
We mad we gonna miss it because we gotta go to my brother-in-law wedding.
No, don't. He didn't mean that.
I love my brother-in-law. I love you. But we still trying to figure out how we can go because the wedding ends on the 21st and we gonna go maybe on that Saturday.
I love that.
Yeah, we go every week. I mean, every year.
Every year, yeah. I love that 100%. So, all right, so tell me, how do you feel about parents that scold their children for being gay? What is your opinion of those parents?
I'm racist against stupidity.
You heard
because at the end of the day, I put it like this. I didn't choose to be black, right? In an American society where I know as an African-American male, at any point in time, I can be followed in a store.
Yeah.
I can be asked to be pulled over for no reason. I can get, God knows what happened with law enforcement. I know that the justice system is corrupt in a way that it has systemic racism involved in it.
100%.
So I know that I didn't choose that, right? I was born this way.
Yeah.
So why would anybody else choose that, right?
True.
So there's a woman, Jane Elliott. I'm not sure if you're familiar with her.
Of course.
Okay, there's my, I like you, T.
Yeah.
And she asked a question, she posed a question to a group of Caucasian classroom. And she told them about the plight and stuff of African Americans and things like that. And then she said to them, how many of you would trade being white for being black?
Yep.
And none of them raised their hand.
Not a soul.
Not one, right? Because no one chooses to be racially profiled, to have a history like African Americans do in this country, to have a lower socioeconomic stature here.
Yeah.
No one would choose that, right? No one's going to give up their privilege, and I don't want to call it white or any color privilege. They don't want to give up their privilege, right? So why would someone who is gay, knowing how this world views homosexuality, choose to be that? Now, curiosity always kills the cat for many people.
Of course.
But if they're going to be curious, there's a reason why they're curious, right? I believe that there is such thing as bisexual, all of it, all LGBTQI, A, B, C, D, E, F, G. You know what I mean? Do you? It doesn't affect me.
Right.
You know what I mean? At the end of the day, I don't care who you sleep with.
At all.
Don't care.
Yeah.
I care about you being happy.
Yeah.
I'd rather you be happy than be depressed. And if being with a woman makes you happy and not depressed, bet. That's what's up.
So be it.
So be it.
That was a wonderful explanation, Dad.
Thanks.
Seriously, that was like by far the best one.
Thanks.
I literally love that. It breaks my heart when I hear people say like, there was this father that I met, not on the show, I promise he wasn't on the show. Actually, I met him in passing and he was like, I kicked my son out. I said, why? He was like, because we're vegetarians and he ate a chicken nugget. I'm so serious. I'm not bullshitting you.
What?
And I was like, are you kidding me? So now we've, I guess, graduated to kicking our kids out if we don't like what they eat.
No, you dead ass.
I'm dead ass. My right hand, I swear.
Somebody need to call DCF on that. I'm sorry. That's just, I mean, and he still got friends?
I don't know.
Because clearly he doesn't surround himself with the right people. Because if I did that, okay, my best friend is my daughter's godfather, right?
Yeah.
Best for 30 years. If I told him I kicked Rhea out because she ate a chicken nugget and we vegans, he'd be ready to fight me in my own front yard. Like, what kind of friends this guy got?
Yeah.
Wow.
It was crazy.
Wow.
So, like, I've heard something as dumb as that, and then I've also met people who are like, my son's gay, so I threw him out. And one young lady that came on the show was like, I feel like when parents do that, it teaches their children automatic hate because you hate me that much that I can't be happy. Like, your hate for me outweighs the happiness that you would want for me. So by you explaining it the way you did, that makes me super happy. So thank you, Dad.
Yes, thank you. You're welcome.
Everybody's entitled to their own opinion, but
Absolutely.
I love that one.
Kudos to those crazy people like that. You know what I mean? I wish them the best in luck. They're not going to go far, and they're probably miserable as hell.
Definitely miserable as hell. Yes. So tell me more about your daughter. When she's in school, does she get scolded for being biracial?
No.
Not at all?
No. She's actually quite popular.
I love that.
Because of that. I mean, she's a straight A plus high honor student as well. So, so she's but she's not a nerd either. Like, she's smooth. Like, she's straight A plus. You would never know because she's smooth. She holds her ground. She's tough as nails. Like, but everybody loves her. She's a jock. Like, I'm like, okay. You ain't my kid, girl. I don't know where she came from. I look at her mom and I'm like, she yours?
Seriously?
Yeah.
You're hilarious.
I don't know where she gets that at.
Oh my goodness.
So no, she does not yet. Let me put it like that. She has not yet. And
okay.
I'm sure it's America. She will run into some kind of issue at some point that someone's going to either confront her or she'll see something on the side that she doesn't, agree with. But I think me and my wife have given her the tools to be able to like handle it, know it, set people straight, check them, educate them. That's the most important part.
I love that. What are some of the tools that you've given her, like specify? Like, give me an example.
So my wife and I are very big on watching like things. I love history, right?
Okay.
I love history. I'm a big buff for history, and my wife is a big learner, right? So
love that.
She's not a super historian, but she loves to learn about it, whether she retains it or not. That's why she's not a historian, right? But we watch a lot of the historical issues that have happened in the world, like civil rights movement. You talk about Martin Luther King. So we try to fill in the gaps where the educational system today doesn't do. My wife is big on introducing Black History Month into the school, like, and making her teachers do it for their students.
Right.
And like not BS, like it's all month long hard.
The correct way. The
curriculum is geared all towards Black History Month.
Awesome.
Unlike other schools that kind of just pass over these things.
Yeah.
My daughter has a big, one of her friends got her for her birthday, a big tapestry of Rosa Parks that says, oh God, what does it say? I gotta say, but it's dope. I walked in, I was like, what is that? She's like, oh yeah, so-and-so got me that. All right, girl, go ahead, girl, be that activist.
I love that.
So I think we've given her the tools as far as understanding the history of where this all comes from.
Yeah.
We communicate and we talk a lot in my house about deep things. I let my daughter feel. I'm not a dad that's like Like, I let her feel like she got out of the car today. She was upset. Like, she was in, my wife came in. I was like, where's Ray? And she's like, she's outside. You got to be easy on her because da-da-da. And I said, all right. I got up. I walked out to the car, gave her a hug, let her know it's okay. You're still the best. Don't worry about it. Let's go back in here. Now Daddy's got to go get on camera. Like, so let's shake this off. We ain't got no time. I'm taking the wife's car today. So, but yeah, so that's really what it comes down to.
Yeah. And do you have an open door policy with your daughter?
What does that mean? What do you mean?
Like, she come to you about, no, God,
what do you mean?
Like, she can come to you about anything. You guys talk about anything.
Anything.
Oh, okay.
Anything.
So you don't shelter her?
No. I want her she needs to have the perspective of a man because she's going to be dealing with men. You know
Elaborate.
what I mean?
Yes, I want to know more.
So, I'll never forget, she had this young boy back, sixth grade, Daniel. Put him on the spot. Young brother, right?
Yeah.
And we live in a town that is, it's a diverse town, but it's predominantly Caucasian.
I get it.
And Daniel's little brown brother, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And cool as a cucumber, though, right? And like, he was like the first boy that I heard her talking about. And I'm like, what we talking about? So I'm watching how Daniel moving, right? In 6th grade, 7th grade. The 8th grade came, and this is when Daniel became my favorite. She forgot something and needed it, or she missed the bus. Something happened. Daniel skipped football practice to walk 10 blocks to give it to her. And I explained to her then. I said, and baby, that's what a man is.
And that's what a man is.
I said, and that's what a man is. Not that you got to get into that and understanding relationships and, all that. But what he did, he's now my favorite dude. And in high school, I'm always out. How's Daniel? How Daniel doing?
They're still friends.
They're still friends. But I told her, I said, girl, you better listen. You at that age now.
Yeah.
Daniel loves her, right? Daniel loves her as a friend, but like he had a crush on her all this time. Of
course, yeah.
But I told her, I said, babe, listen. I hate to say this, but Daniel's eventually going to move on past you and go and find somebody else. You might not like that. So I'm going to let you know when that happens, don't get upset. Just be happy for your boy. I said, because he's giving you the energy that he's supposed to give you and you didn't reciprocate it and you wasn't feeling it back.
Right.
So don't get mad when he says, okay, cool, right? I love you. You're my sister. Boom, boom. And he friend zone you.
When he calls you sis.
Yes.
Oh, God.
Yes. So I had to have that talk with her.
Oh, goodness.
But she really, the funny thing is she's so focused on grades and things. Yes. She talks about her friends being all in the boys and stuff, but like she really isn't. And I ask her, I'm like, so who you liking? I don't like nobody.
So you would allow her to date at 15? Oh, wow.
But define dating.
Like, can she have a boyfriend? Go to the movies without dad being in the back of the theater watching? Could she go to the beach or to the library or, I don't know, Starbucks? Can she have a boyfriend? Check yes if you like me on a love note. Check no if you don't. Like,
I just I don't know.
Oh my God.
I don't know if I want to put that on camera. We haven't gotten there yet.
Okay.
She hasn't. She had a couple crushes that she liked, that thought was cute and everything, but they haven't gotten like to that datey stage yet.
Okay.
So I've been safe. I've been safe.
I love that word.
Right? I've been safe. I haven't had to show out and come out of character or be like.
You didn't have to act like Mike on Bad Boys.
Yes. Chitty bang bang. Like me and my bestie, like her godfather. Yeah. That's our dream.
Are you serious?
Oh, that's our dream. Prom?
Don't embarrass her like that.
Can't wait.
Oh my goodness.
Can't wait. Show up. Chitty bang bang.
Oh my goodness.
No, I haven't had to go Mike Lowry yet.
Okay.
No, I haven't.
That's good. Hypothetically though, if she brought home someone that you didn't particularly approve of, what you deem would be riffraff, would you tell her straight up or would you let experience teach her?
No, I'm telling her straight up.
You would?
I'm going straight at her.
Really?
Yeah, because she knows my background. She knows my life. She knows what I used to do. Me and her are very open. So she knows I know how to pick out riffraff.
Okay.
And she knows, and she but this how, it's not what you say, it's how you say it.
Definitely.
That's the key, right?
Yeah.
I can go at her like, hell no, you ain't gonna date him. Look at how his pants are sagging, da 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 da. Or you can be psychological with it and go, listen, you're going to be wanting to go nice places. Do you think that this individual is going to be somebody that's going to be accepted, or you're going to have to sit there and work to make people accept him more so than you accepting, you know what I mean? Like, think about what you want and how you want to be perceived, and think about the company you keep. And then I would hit her with but he ain't allowed up in this motherfucker.
I love that, Dad. I do think that it is important for a person to dress a certain way. I do. I was told I'm a little too harsh. I don't want somebody that sags their pants. I don't want somebody that walks around with the do-rag on 24/7 like you're hiding a bald spot, or I don't know, whatever you're hiding underneath there. I think it is important to look clean cut, stay groomed for a male and a female.
Hands down.
Yeah.
Hands down. I mean, as my wife say, I don't walk out the house unless I'm matching, and that's even to go to the grocery store, to CVS.
I was told I was high maintenance for that.
No, I mean, I got sweatsuits. I bought a plethora of sweatsuits for my throw on the run.
Yeah.
But they all match, and the sneakers match with them.
And you look nice when you step out.
I'm presentable.
Yeah, absolutely. You gotta be able to go outside.
Because here's the thing.
Okay.
And the way that I explain it to my kids is opportunity. You don't choose when opportunity comes. Opportunity shows up and shows up and it knocks on your door, right? And it's your job to be available to let it in. But if you're not dressed for that opportunity, guess what? It's going to pass you by. And there's too many times that I've been somewhere and I wouldn't have made it. As I explained to my daughter, I didn't make it to where I made it in life because of what I know. It was all based a lot, 99% of it, on who I knew, the people I met, the experiences I've had, and where they valued me and where they saw my value. They helped put me in places that have gotten me great success, right? So you have to make sure that you're prepared for those things, right? And so sagging your pants ain't gonna get you there, because people are gonna look at you like a hoodlum. Okay, wearing a do-rag 24/7 gonna make you look like a hoodlum. Things like that.
100%. Well said, Dad.
Yeah.
I love that. So tell me about when your son gets older. Why'd your eyes get big? Oh my goodness.
Because he's a piece of work.
Raising a girl and raising a boy, it has to be different. So in what ways do you think you'll be able to differentiate the way you raise them?
I'm a girl dad.
Yeah.
I was a girl dad. Now I'm a girl boy dad, but I'm not a full boy dad because I'm still a girl dad more,
sure.
right?
Yeah.
Boys are totally different. Totally different. Energy levels are different. The things they want to do. Like, I'm used to like getting my nails done. My daughter wanted to put makeup on me, doing tea party, right? He's like, let's wrestle, let's jump. And I'm older now. Daddy, boy, you should have came first because I had that energy then. So I think when it comes to raising him, it's going to be that balance of sensitivity, but also strength. So I don't have to be tough where you're overly tough with him, but I got to teach him how to be a man too, nonetheless, but a sensitive man. Like, it's okay to cry. You know what I mean? My son, it's okay to cry. You know, I want him to understand that that's, you know, a lot of people talk about how women don't like a man that cries. Well, then that's not the woman you want. Because that's a woman that literally will like denounce your feelings and your emotions when you have those moments. And if you have to hold that in, then it's going to cause you more pain and suffering and depression because you're not able to let out your emotions. I want my son to be able to let out his emotions. I let mine out. I cry at movies. I cried at, what was that movie? Oh God, Vegas. My girl did it. Last Night in Vegas. With and Sam Cooke and Muhammad Ali, that movie.
You cried.
At the end, what? That movie was so good, girl, what? And at the end, when they sung Sam Cooke's song, A Change Gonna Come, forget it. I was a mess.
True. Yeah, that was nice.
I was a mess.
A mess.
I was all by myself, too. I was home from work by myself, nobody home. Oh, I was done.
He said nobody was home.
I was done.
So nobody witnessed it.
Nobody witnessed it.
But they know now.
But they know. It's all right. It's okay to cry.
So I love the fact that you said you are going to teach him how to be a man. And I think that's so important to dive into in this moment. What are some ways, or what advice would you give other fathers on how to teach their sons how to be a man?
Being a man is how to treat a woman. That's number one. That's for first and foremost. Or treat your person. Let's even go there. Another thing is providing. Learning how to be a provider. You know what I mean? You have to provide. You have to get things going. You have to make sure that like life is you got to be able to take care of yourself. You know, and that's one of the things that people, you know, this whole new world that these young girls are talking about, they need a $300,000 a year man or whatever. What are you bringing to the table? Because if this man is bringing $300,000, go.
I love that.
Yeah.
I think that's important.
So
I think that a lot of girls, they do look for like that high maintenance man, and then they tend to be like not up to par themselves.
Yeah.
So I feel like you are what you attract in a certain sense. 100%.
Hardworking. I want to teach them to be hardworking.
Absolutely.
Hardworking. No matter what it is you are. If you're a garbage man, be a hardworking garbage man. If you're a salesman, be a hardworking salesman. If you run the boutique be the best boutique runner in the world. That's it.
Yeah, absolutely. And if your kids went down the path that you did as far as your careers, would you be okay with that?
Yeah, my daughter wants to be a realtor right now. And
She
turns
does?
18. Yeah.
Do you take her with you?
She sits down and so when she was little, I used to do direct marketing too and direct sales business. And so I used to have her set up my clipboards for my meetings and my presentations and all that stuff. So she's been in the trenches with me for all this type of stuff. And so she wants to do it. And when she turns 18, she wants to get a real estate license while she's in school and everything. And like I told her, do it, boo, because you sell one good house. You set for college prices.
Oh my God.
You know what I mean? Think about it. I went to school and $50 would last me half a month.
Really?
Yeah, back then, but beer was 25 cents.
That's
those
right.
You know what I mean?
Time,
You remember those days?
yes.
You didn't drink the good stuff. No, you drank the cheap stuff. But $50 will last you. So if she sold one good house, that's a whole semester she said.
I'm cracking up.
Yeah.
So that was going to be my next question about education. What if she got older and was like, Dad, I just want to dive into straight up entrepreneurship. I don't want to go to school. How would you feel about that?
Bet you saving me some money. Let's go.
You're funny.
Oh, yeah.
Are you serious?
I'm all about that.
Really?
Yeah, college is overrated. Education is overrated. It's not even really education, it's indoctrination. So therefore, in order to say that, like, you have to go to college to be successful, no, what's going to happen is you're going to go to college, we're going to blow $300,000, $200,000 on you to go to this school. You're going to end up with student loans that are going to cost you $1,200 a month. And then what's going to happen? You're not even going to work in that field? No. I'd rather you pick what your passion is and rock with that.
Go, Dad.
Yeah,
Go,
as long as
Dad.
it ain't stripping.
Long as it ain't.
As long as it ain't stripping.
You heard him, and he meant it.
If you do it, though, do it good.
Oh my God.
Just same like I told my son. You're going to do something, do it right.
I'm cracking up. So the way the world is today, obviously you watch the news, I think you do?
Yes.
Okay.
Very much so.
And I'm sure your wife does too.
Me more so.
Okay. But with the way the world is today, with the bullying and the school shootings and things like that, do you fear sending your kids to school?
Absolutely.
Really?
Because you never know. You know, we live in Connecticut where Sandy Hook happened.
Yes.
That's the epicenter of a school shooting. I mean, Columbine was Columbine back in the 90s.
Yeah.
But Sandy Hook was the kickoff to this epidemic of school violence and school shootings and things like that, right? So with that being here, present, it's one of those, you never know. Mental illness is a real thing in these kids, and not having an outlet to kind of get it out, you never know who the ticking time bomb is.
That's
you know,
true.
So sometimes my daughter is aware and she keeps an eye on things. And there's a couple kids, or at least one in particular, that she told me about it. Now I got a hyper sense about what's his situation.
Exactly.
But yeah, no, it's worrisome.
Absolutely. What are some of the ways you try to prepare your daughter for that? Because there was one mom that came on the show as an example, and she was like, I teach her to look for the exits. I teach her to, go to a safe space, go in the cabinets, go under a desk, go behind it. Like, do you have those talks with your daughter to prepare her for a possible lockdown?
Yeah.
Okay.
I told her, I said, your school's only four floors high, so if you jump out the window, you're only going to break a leg. Jump out the window. Get out. Bounce. Break that window and jump. I'll take you to the hospital with a broken leg. It's okay.
Because you're still alive.
Because you're still alive.
Dad, I love that.
Yeah, there ain't no shelter in place and all that. Get gone.
Get gone.
Get gone. Get gone. My job knows that's my theory, my motto for me. I told him I work in a place with a lot of people that I'm also responsible for during a fire alarm and things like that. And I told him, I said, there's an active shooter, y'all on your own.
I'm a mental health worker too.
Okay.
So I definitely get it.
I'm out.
Yeah.
I'm out.
Yeah. Or if there's a house fire and they're acting like they don't want to move.
Bye. Got to go. I got things to do. I got things I got to do. My wife expects me to help her with the groceries. I got to go.
Oh my goodness, you're hilarious. You know that?
No,
you are. They did not prepare me for this part at all.
Oh,
they were
okay.
they're like, it's cool, but you're super funny. I love it. So tell me, with you being married for so long, what's the key to a long-lasting marriage?
Yes, dear.
Yes, dear?
Yes, dear.
So happy wife, happy life is real.
Happy wife, happy life is 100% real. You're never gonna always make her happy, but you should damn sure try.
Are you serious?
Absolutely.
Wow.
Because listen, if you're not yes dear and her somebody else going yes dear her, you better yes dear her. Don't get cocky. Don't get all caught up in your machismo that like she needs to listen to me because I'm the man, I'm the husband. What? Because there's somebody to listen to her, and listen, women are emotional, man. And once she gets that emotional, Marvin Gaye says sexual healing, right? That emotional healing is even more powerful.
Absolutely.
So yes, it's a yes dear situation. There's times I don't want to, but like yes, I yes dear. Like when it comes time to like take my daughter to like practice or something, she'll sit there. My wife she likes to do the French thing, right? I call it the French thing, the we. We need to take Rhea to practice. We got to do this, right? And I'm like, that ain't a we thing. That's a you thing, meaning me.
Yeah.
And so like she's like, oh, we got to pick Ray up at 6, and I'm like, okay. Then all of a sudden 6 roll around. She's like, so, and I go, yeah, I'll go get her. That's okay, cause I know you wasn't trying to go anyway, so I'll just go. But yeah, that's the key. That's the key. And I learned that from quite a few individuals that have been married 60, 70, 80 years.
And those are the ones we listen to.
Those are the ones I listen to because they've done it already.
So do you think it's smart to have friends give you advice about marriage and they ain't never been married?
Nope.
I didn't think so either.
You can't tell me nothing.
You can't tell me a damn thing.
Nope. Just like you can't tell me about my bank account if you ain't got one. Okay, so no. If you don't got what I want, you can't tell me how to get it. Flat out. End of story. So if you're not married, I don't care if you haven't made the commitment level that a marriage requires, because it's a whole different mental state that you got to get into, because now she gets half, right? So it's a whole different mental
Absolutely.
state. If you ain't did that, then no, you can't tell me nothing.
At all?
No.
You believe in prenups?
Yeah.
Do you have one?
No. She was with me when I had nothing, so she deserves everything I made.
Don't make me cry on this show, please. That was beautiful.
It's the truth.
I can tell you meant it.
Yeah. Like if she came to me and I had like $20 million, oh yeah, you gonna sign this.
Really?
Yes, because you wasn't shooting with me in the gym. Yes. I was in the gym shooting and you just happened to come up and watch me win the game? No.
They don't work like that.
Don't work like that. So yes, that's why I believe in a prenup.
My father actually taught us. I told you what he did for a living before when we spoke previously. And he was like, always have your own and protect your own by any means necessary.
100% right.
So I definitely believe in that as well. I'll sign it and I'm going to have my own and you're going to sign it too.
Yes.
But then there are people who would disagree with us right now and say that we didn't do it for love then. I know you did in the beginning because, she was with you when, but from what we just said just now, they would think we're not in it for love.
It's not about me being in it for love. It's about them being in it for love. That's it. I could be doing it for love all day long.
Yeah.
But I got to guarantee that she's doing it for love. And not for the $20 million I got in this bank account.
I love that.
I ain't crazy. I know that people got ulterior motives. No, I ain't crazy on that. No, you gonna sign this for $20 million. I ain't gonna give you. I ain't Jeff Bezos. Okay, Jeff Bezos had to give his wife $36 billion.
Yes.
But that's okay because he was worth $179 billion. So that's fine.
So he was chilling.
He was chilling. Good. But my $20 million, I need all $20 million of that. So no, we gonna sign this.
How do you feel about joint bank accounts and marriage?
So we just did this.
How long you been married? 17 years, right?
No, we've been together 17 years.
Oh, okay.
Married going on 8.
Oh, okay, beautiful.
Yeah.
Okay.
So we just did the joint bank account.
What made you? Or what made you guys, excuse me?
So everything starts to add up, right? When you are together like that long, you start realizing car payments are together, this, that, and other thing, and one person might be making more than the other person and things. So then it was just one of those, well, we might as well put it in a pool, right? And then pull from that pool, but still keep your own money. So what we do is we do a percentage. So we do about 70% of each other's checks go into the joint bank account. The other 30% is for your money, your spending money, your money. Do your thing, do whatever you got to do with it. And then everything house-wise kids-wise, joint-wise, joint sharing-wise, comes out of that. Everything I want to do comes out of mine. Everything she wants to do comes out of hers.
Okay.
Yeah.
I love that. So you guys, do you believe in 50-50? Basically?
We do it 70-70.
Oh, true.
Yeah,
right.
so you got to put a majority. You got to put more in. But yeah, basically we do it evenly.
I love
Because when you do
that.
it percentage-wise, it doesn't matter what the other person makes, right? When you do it, I can make $300,000 a year and she can make $30,000 a year. But we're doing a percentage of it, so it's fair.
So it's fair.
So we both hurting. Okay?
We both
hurt. You might be only putting in $15,000.
Yeah.
And I'm putting in $210,000.
Right.
But it's equivalent to us both hurting.
I love that. And like you guys both could just touch it whenever. There's no, I like that. You seem like such an easy, laid back guy to be married to.
I just don't leave me alone. Just let me
Just let me be.
Just let me be.
Let me
just
do
let me be. Let me be.
There was one guy that I met and he was like, I pay all the bills. She has to pay the bills she creates. And I was like, elaborate, because I'm always intrigued to learn about relationships, especially from older people and people that have been in it longer. And he was like, I pay all the bills. And whatever bill she creates, she has to pay. So if she got a credit card and she ran it up, she got to pay that.
Yeah.
She went and bought a new car and it cost X amount of dollars, she got to pay that.
Yeah.
I was like, wow, how do you feel about that?
But that's what we were doing before.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, that's how it was before.
And it worked.
What it was, I paid all the bills. She would pay just the car insurance and her car payment. And then what ended up, and then obviously groceries, right? That was it. And then me being who I am, I like nice stuff. And my wife is very like, she's chill. She don't need nothing. As long as it works, she's fine, right?
Okay.
But I'm like, go and buy you a new car. And she's like, what? I'm like, go and buy you a new car. And she's like, don't. And so for, what was it? No, it was just a random old Wednesday, and I bought her a brand new car. But obviously she's in charge of the car payments, right? So I knew the car payment was going to go up. So I said, I'll cover the difference. You keep paying what you were paying. And then I realized, I go, wait a minute now. Hey, hang on. Let me do some calculations here. And so I did the calculations. I go, it makes sense for us to just put the money all into one account and work it that way, because that's just makes more sense. So that's what we did.
I love that. That's smart.
Yeah.
So who shares the power? Like, who has more power? And I'm seriously asking. I learned a lot from couples. There are men like, I wear the pants. I'm the man.
My wife wears the pants.
She wears, okay.
And the boots.
Wifey wears the pants and the boots.
Yeah. I mean, I get some say. I get say and stuff, don't get me wrong, but the final stamp come from her.
I love that.
Oh, yeah.
And I bet she does too.
Oh, she all love when she see me admitting it on camera. But
I know.
Yeah, she gets, she wears the boots. She wears the pants and that stuff. She makes, because she's more rational than me. I'm a firecracker, right? Like I still have that firecracker mindset. So she has to bring me back down sometimes. Like, no, babe, no, boo boo, no,
We're not doing that.
We're not doing that. And I'm like, good point.
I like that.
Yeah.
Because I hear like a lot of men nowadays like, oh, you have to submit to me. I feel like in a marriage relationship, you submit to each
There's
other.
only one place where that happens.
We were gonna dive into those questions next. Oh my God. Okay, so I feel like you would agree with me that you guys submit to each other.
Yeah.
Good. You're such a good guy.
Thank you.
I like that.
Thank you.
Because I can't stand when I hear men saying like, she gotta submit, she gonna bow.
That's crazy talk. That's male chauvinistic assholism right there. Yeah. That's, what did you say? That's that stupid. I don't respect that stupid. Yeah, that's
we're
stupid.
racist against stupidity.
Yeah, we're racist against stupidity. That's stupid.
100%.
Because I would never want my daughter to date a man that thinks like that. And most of those men wouldn't want their daughter to date somebody that thinks like that.
I love that.
So they full of shit.
Full of bullshit.
Bullshit. Full of all of it. Yes.
Would you want your daughter to date someone like you? The old you or the you now?
Me now. Me as of 24 hours ago. Yes. The me now. Yes. The old me, I was still cool. I was still a good guy, but I didn't have all my ducks in a row, my mind mentally wrapped around what a relationship really involves in.
Yeah.
So no, I wouldn't want her to date me.
Okay.
Then. Me now, yes.
Okay. I like that. I like that a lot. And would you want your son to pursue a woman like your wonderful wife?
All day. All
the old
day.
her or the her now?
All the way around. She was solid back younger. Yeah.
I love that.
Would I want him to be like me? Hell yeah.
Yep.
Younger me too.
For real?
Because he had a good time, the younger me. Yes. Let that boy live.
I am cracking
Let
up.
that
Oh my
boy
God.
live.
So you said submitting happens other places.
Yes.
So
Hopefully, yes.
I have like a question.
Okay.
You know, it's a grown-up question. Cover the kids' ears when they watch this episode, please.
Okay.
Sex.
Yes.
When the kids are home or when they're not home?
Me, anytime. My wife, not home.
Really?
Or they gotta be asleep.
Or they gotta be asleep.
Yeah, she be feeling. And I asked, and the funny thing is, I said to her the other day about this. I go, I find it funny that like now all of a sudden that was a problem, but when Rhea was like little, you bathroom, go to the bathroom.
You was with the shits.
Yeah, go to the bathroom. All of a sudden everybody's in the bathroom. Like, yeah, but now no, she
Really?
Yeah, she calls the shots on
So
that.
is it true that I'm not trying to be too invasive? If you don't want to answer, just go like this.
Listen, I'm open book.
Okay, cool. Does sex really decrease when you get married?
Does it decrease?
Yeah. Meaning the amount of times you do it per
Not
week, per
marriage.
month.
Not a marriage with kids. It's not the marriage part. It's the kids part.
Really?
Yeah.
So the guys that
Your
say...
wife's tired.
So the guys that say we don't get it because we're married now, they're full of shit.
They feel shit because they got kids. They just don't know why they ain't getting it. It's the kids. Think about it. A mother is a mother all the time, 24/7. It don't stop.
I love that.
You know what I mean? Like, she's tired. It took a long time for me to understand that, though. I had to go through the arguments, the whole, like, what do you mean you tired? Da, 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 all that. I went through all of that.
Yeah.
But as the new me, 24 hours ago me, I've realized that parenting is not easy and it's hard.
Yeah.
And working a full-time job, getting up early in the morning, making sure the lunches are ready and all that, and then going to work and then getting out of work and then making sure the kids are running around, and then you got a 5-year-old busting hump, wanting your attention all the time.
Yeah.
By 10 o'clock, 9:30, you want a second to breathe and you want to watch a little TV, but then you're tired and you get into bed, and where it should be sexy time,
Yeah.
everybody just passes back out, right? And it's usually her more so than me.
Yeah.
So it took a while for me to be okay with that. Like, I used to think that was a problem. And then I've come to the conclusion in my old age that that's okay to be tired.
Yeah.
And so, but Fridays and Saturdays,
It's go time.
it's go time, baby. What? Get that tequila going.
I am cracking up. Oh my God. You guys seem like y'all have a good time. By the way you talk.
Yeah, we
Yeah.
have a blast. We have a blast.
So it's safe to say, you don't have to tell me about how many times you do it, but how often do you think married couples should make time for sexy time?
Every day. They should make it for every day. They should try. The biggest issue, I think, for married couples is that people get so tired and caught up in their routine that they lack the power to try to initiate things. And when initiation is only given on one end, it becomes resentment, right? And the person that's trying to initiate it and gets denied becomes resentful. And that's when you get your problems. So it's not even so much about how many times you should try to do it, it's how many times you try to initiate it. Because if you initiate it, even if we can't do it, I still feel desired. You know what I mean? And desire is where it's at. It's not so much, the physical act is a physical act, right?
Yeah.
Wet is wet.
Yeah.
Tight is tight.
Tight
Like
is-
it is
yeah,
what
yeah.
it is, right? But it's the desire of feeling desired, that making you feel wanted feeling, right? And when people get tired and life starts taking over, they forget to make their partner feel that way, and that's when their partner gets resentful.
I love that. You think foreplay is important during sex?
Damn
or just
right.
get right to it?
No, depends on the day.
Not depends on the day.
Depends on the time.
Oh my God.
Depends what's going on.
How do y'all feel about quickies?
All day.
I hate them.
What? Girl, listen. I'll take you how I get it.
Oh my God.
That's it. I'll take you how I get it. I ain't gonna, listen, Becca can't be a chooser. I just told you that.
Oh my God. Oh my
Okay?
God.
Whenever she quicker, pick her up, or let's go.
Quicker, pick her up,
Let's go.
Your wife's gonna kill us for this.
Oh, she is. But she gonna laugh though, because she knows it's the truth. I'll tell her this.
Oh my goodness, lovely lady, we're sorry. This is what we do here.
And I love it. This is the freedom of conversation. This is what I love about this stuff.
This is awesome.
She knows. Listen, she ain't heard nothing new in any of this that we talked about.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Tell me how you were as a kid.
I was the only child. I'm an only child.
Wow.
Yeah, only child. My father was not really in my life, in and out, but I have a really large family, so I was very much a part of his family.
Okay.
Like my side of the family, that side of the family. But and then my mother was, my dad and my mom. You know what I mean? We lived with my grandparents, and I went to public school, and my mom worked in a job that she loved 14 years, and then, she's fought her ass off to get me, like, to keep me out of trouble. But I would always hang out with the older kids and find myself kind of not where I'm supposed to be. Mm-hmm. But my mother had the fear of God in me enough where I knew even when I was not supposed to be there, I need to get my ass home. Mm. And she had enough fear in my friends, where my friends would be like, yo, Jakeith, we got to drop you off for Miss Jackson, kick our ass. Yeah, and I'm like, yes. And so that was that. I was always, curious. I was a curious kind of kid. Like, I like to try anything once, twice if I like it. And then high school, I went to Catholic high school. My mom fought and paid for me to go to Catholic high school. Wow. Because she refused to let me go to public school with my boys. Yeah. Because she knew that I'd drop out or I'd, skip school and stuff. And so when you go to a school with only 220 kids, they know when you're not in there.
Oh, they do.
Right, they know.
Yeah.
So that was a lifesaver. And then she was just my mother's strong. She lives with me and my wife. You want to talk about? Yeah, I gave you another topic. There you go.
What?
Oh, yes.
How'd that come about?
So my mother met my stepfather in 2015. Okay. My stepfather was in prison. They had dated back when I was like 5 for a little bit, and then he went away and did a pretty significant bid. Mm-hmm. He was very large involvement in gang activity, basically, and was higher up in certain things. So when he came home, him and my mom reconnected and everything, and he ended up coming straight to my house. Oh, yeah. So when he came, my mother talked to me about Kevin coming. He's going to come live with us, and see how you feel about it and everything. And I'm like, all right, but I'm the man of the house, and I'm 16 now. And so he came, and I made a rule. I said, you're not allowed to sleep with my mother. Now, this man is probably where I learned my respect level for women, because he had the utmost respect for my mother and women. He was literally cream of the crop. He'll shoot you all day. He'll bust you in the face. But when it comes to a woman, he respected women thoroughly. So I probably learned that a lot from him. And so for a year, he slept on the couch. For a year. And then finally I came downstairs and I looked at him and I saw him kind of like wrestling on the couch, and I go, all right, you can go in there now. And he was like, thank you, man. And I was like, all right. So he went in there, and that's when he became my stepfather, right? And so he taught me a lot. And then what happened was in 2009, my daughter was born in 2008. Oh, Jesus, wait a minute. Good God, I almost messed up her age. She was born in 2009, my bad. Mm-hmm. April 21st, 2009, June, I was living with my parents. My wife was living with her parents, but kind of staying with us because she was close to the end of pregnancy, and she and I were looking to get a place. And my stepfather ended up passing a month after my daughter was born. And so he got to hold her once, and then he ended up passing due to an ulcer. Just didn't take care of himself right. All his life of running. It's all good, all good. Listen, he's my inspiration. He made me who I am. I did good. He did good. He did good for the short time I had him. Yeah. And so at that point, so that was June 9th when that happened. And then we had an eviction notice on the door June 15th because we were living in an apartment and the landlords didn't pay the rent or anything. So that's when I became a man from a boy, right? Because I had 30 days to get out of this house, find a place for my mother, my girlfriend at the time, and our kid, and a 2-month-old. So I ran like a chicken with my head cut off and found a spot, and I walked into the house. I found it on Craigslist. It was a house on the north end because I had certain expectations. I was like, I'm not going to shit. I'm not going to go to shit, right? Like I gotta keep pushing. I gotta go and be better than what I was. Mm-hmm. So we were living in this apartment. I'm not going back to that shit. So I'm gonna find something. So I found a house in the North End, and I walked in, and a woman, I emailed the woman that morning. I said, hey, is this house still available? She goes, well, actually, I have somebody that wants to put down a deposit, but you're more than welcome to come and see it. It was a Sunday. I looked at my wife and I said, get dressed. Put on your best shit. Dress the baby up. Make the baby look cute as shit. Dress the baby up cute. We just came from church. We ain't go to church shit. But I'm like, make the baby look cute. We got to go get this house. So we walk in and I see the house and I go, okay, this is nice. We can do this. So I said, my mother's going to be coming to live with us. Can I go and get her and bring her back and see what she says and what her thoughts on it was? She goes, okay. And so I ran home, picked mom up, went back in. My mother was like, oh my God, it's beautiful. I said, you like it, Mom? She's like, I like it. I said, all right, I'll take it. And the woman's like, well, I got somebody. I said, listen, I'll give you $5,000 cash right now. And she goes, I said, money talks. And she goes, okay. I wrote her a check for the $5,000. She gave me the keys. And that was all she wrote. We lived there for 11 years. Made some of my best memories there.
Wow.
And then that's when I went and bought my house. And when I bought my house, my mom's up there. So, you know what I mean? I had to find a house big enough.
Of course.
So 4,000 square feet sounded good.
Yeah, hell yeah.
That fits everybody.
Damn sure does.
Right?
Yeah.
So I said, boom, that's where we going. And so mom been living with us since 2009.
Wow.
Yeah.
And how is it with mom?
I knew this was going to get a good topic now. Yes. It's interesting.
Yeah.
My wife and her have a really good relationship. They've always had a really good relationship.
Good.
In 2020, my mother suffered a stroke. So she, thankfully, knock on wood, God blessing, she's physically fine, right?
Yeah.
But, there's been she's 95% who she was, right? So there's a difference in personality, right? Because it was a brain bleed situation.
Okay.
So that's been interesting, trying to learn the new her and in this environment and everything, because they happened right before we moved to the house. So,
right.
but it's still good. It's still good. Plus, she's like a built-in babysitter too. She can't do much. We don't trust her with too much, but she good for us to run to the store real quick, take Ray a shopping.
20 minutes tops.
She do good 4 hours.
Really?
She do 4 hours. She's still active. She's still moving, grooving. Ain't no stopping Gwen, boy. She gonna hop in the car. She gonna drive.
She is?
Oh yeah. You ain't taking the keys away from this woman. No.
Oh my goodness.
No.
Bless her.
Yeah.
Seriously, bless her. And I'm sorry about what occurred with her.
It's all good.
I'm an empath. I'm a feeler. I'm sorry.
I'm good, and I appreciate that, and I
Yeah.
thank you for that. But honestly, what doesn't kill you makes you stronger, right? So everything that happens, you learn from, and you just become better.
Say that one more time.
Everything that happens to you, you just learn from, and you get better. You either get bitter or you can get better. I choose to get better.
That's true. And what morals do you instill in your children?
Be a good person. Always stand up for the underdog. Never let anybody take advantage of you. You have the right to stand up and say what you want to say because it's your voice. You can say and do whatever you want to do. There's no path that you can't walk, and there's no path you can't turn around on and come back and start over again from.
I love that. What's your biggest achievement in life besides fatherhood?
Buying my house, marriage, looking back and saying I didn't have a pot to piss in or a window to throw it out of because I was young, dumb, and full of cum, wanting to have fun. And now being able to sit back and go, oh, shit, there's a brand new truck out there. Oh, shit, that's a nice car. Oh, I got a nice house. I got a great job, great friends. I've seen bars before, but I didn't have to do no time. But, I was a little, like I told you, I was rowdy. I was wild.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm still alive walking on this earth and didn't succumb to what most young black men in America, a lot of young black men succumb to in this world that run the streets of inner cities and things. So,
yeah. What advice would you give those young black men that run the streets in the inner cities? What would you tell them?
There's more out there. You have to allow yourself to be vulnerable, and you have to allow yourself to meet people that you would normally never talk to. And you have to learn from those people that you meet, because those are the ones that have knowledge that you don't have, because the people you're running with in the street, just two squirrels just running for the same damn nut. Can't neither one of you teach each other nothing. Two wet noodles.
That's true. I like that. Well said.
Yeah, right?
What's your biggest mistake in life that you wish you could go back in time and change if you had a time machine?
That's a hard one, because whatever I've done, even mistake, good or bad, is where brought me to where I am now, right? So, I mean, I probably would have to say that time I tried to leave work when I was 17 years old to go to the Puerto Rican Day Parade and told them that my father died, and then my mother made me go back to work and apologize and tell them that I lied. I would take that back.
Oh.
Yeah, I would take that back.
My God.
I'd take that back. But then again, it gave me my work ethic. I never called out again.
Right, never called out again.
I don't care how hungover I was. I walk into work, eyes bloodshot. Like, you guys got to send me home, but I'm not calling out. So I don't know. I don't really think I got anything that I would want to change.
Okay.
I'm sure there's people that have things that they may wish I had changed. Mm-hmm. But as far as me, I learned from it. So.
Okay. Well said.
Yes.
I can't believe you did that with your dad. Oh my God.
Oh yeah. And I can't believe my mother made me go back. I didn't even get to go to the parade because they called the house to give my mother condolences. And so I'm walking home. My boy is coming to pick me up. So I'm walking home from the hospital, and because I worked at the hospital, and I'm ready. And I walk in. I'm like, "What up, Ma?" She's like, "Well, you're home." And I go, "Yeah." They let me out early, so I'm about to go. Jason's gonna pick me up. We're going down to the Puerto Rican Day Parade. She's like, "Oh, really?" I go, "Yeah." She's like, "Oh, how's your father?" I said, "Huh?" She's like, how's your father? I go, "He's all right, I guess." She goes, "Oh, because your job just called me and told me that he died of a heart attack. So yeah, you're not going to Puerto Rican Day Parade. You're gonna get your ass back in this car, and I'm taking you back to work, and you're gonna go in there and you're gonna apologize and tell them the truth." And I was like, "Diablo, my God, what do you mean?" I was like, "No, Ma, don't make me just go. No, baby." Get in the car, drove me back to work. I had to walk in there by myself. I never forget my bosses, Howard and Watt, were sitting there, and they must have knew what, because my mother must have told them. And I just had to confess and apologize and say, I'm sorry. I wanted to go to this parade bad. I didn't know what excuse I could get out of work with.
She held you accountable.
Held me accountable.
Damn. A woman of integrity.
Yes.
I love your mom.
Yes. And that type of stuff is what resonates in your head, and holding yourself accountable to stuff and just saying, "Shit, I did that. I gotta make up for it."
I love that. Shout out to her.
Yeah, Gwen get some kudos on that one.
Do you believe in physical discipline?
Uh-huh.
You give your kids pow-pow?
Don't get pow-pow.
Oh, wow.
I mean, here's my thing. If you do it for the right reasons, you do it at the right time, and you explain why you do it, you shouldn't have to do it more than 3 times.
Damn.
My daughter's only gotten pow-pow twice. Once for lying.
Yeah.
And I'm only going to give you pow-pow for two reasons, safety and respect. So once for lying.
Yeah.
You lied about something you found at school. She was about 4. And it was a teacher. She saw the teacher drop it, and she picked it up and kept it and didn't say anything when the teacher was looking for it. And then she lied about it. So she got the pow-pows on that one.
Yeah.
But then you got to explain it. The thing that pisses me off is people that hit their kids and don't explain why they're hitting them. That talk to that discipline their children but don't educate them as to what they did wrong so they don't do it again. Because when you hit a kid, all you're doing is reinforcing violence, right? But if you explain to them why you are actually doing, why this is, like my mother used to say to me, "This is going to hurt me more than it hurts you."
Yeah.
That's what my mother used to say. "It's going to hurt me more than it hurts you." And that saying leaves you to sit there and go, "The hell she talking about? This shit hurt."
This shit hurts.
But then you think about it, and then they explain to you why.
Yeah.
Because you hurt my feelings, son. You lied. And how did that make me feel? That hurt me. And now because of that, I got to give you some discipline for that. Because and you learn not to do it again. You get better, because you got it explained to you. Too many people just beat the shit out of their kids with no explanation. And that's when you get kids that just rebel and want to get away. So yeah, I believe in the pow-pow. Oh yeah, I pow-pow you all day. If you don't listen, you don't learn from the first pow-pow. Yeah, I got a pow-pow you get. The boy hasn't gotten the pow-pow yet. He got the little hand one, the little on the hand thing.
Yeah.
But he ain't got the full-fledged boy. Come here. The hold the arm, pat. He hasn't gotten that one yet.
Who's good cop? Who's bad cop?
My wife would say that she's the bad cop. But then again, I think I'm the bad cop. I think we both would think we're the bad cop, but we kind of talk it out to figure out who's going to be the good cop and who's going to be the bad cop.
Yeah.
Like there's a conversation that takes place before we have to handle the shit.
Yeah.
But for the most part, I'm the one that has the deeper voice. So when I get mad, it reverberates through the house. The kids are like, oh shit, dad's mad. But mom is the calm talker. So I would say I'm the bad cop. I would say I'm the bad cop in most of them.
Okay.
I'm the wait till your father gets home situation.
I love that. Oh my gosh. I love this interview.
I had a good time, T.
I had a great time.
Great.
You are by far one of my favorites.
There we go. That did my job. That's what I wanted to do.
Yeah, I gotta give Lance a big hug. Like, this is awesome. Seriously, very informative, heartfelt.
Yes.
You educated me on a lot, and I learned a lot from you.
Well, I appreciate you're a great interviewer. You have some great questions, and you're very easy to talk to. You're very good at allowing the person to kind of like just flow, and so yeah, this is awesome. I mean, I'll come back anytime. Hey.
Listen, and we'd love to have him back. But before we wrap, I do have one more question.
Oh, boy.
5 things that you feel make up a good father.
Patience. Attentiveness, right? You got to be attentive to your children. You gotta let them know that you care, right? Fun. You gotta be fun. These kids, that's what they want. They want a buddy. You gotta be a buddy and a parent. You gotta know how to balance it well. You can't just be a buddy, but you gotta have fun, right? Because when you're the fun parent, they love that. And that's where you get that love from. Nurturing. You gotta be able to allow them to cry while you're educating them. You gotta be able to allow them to feel, and you be there to hold them and make sure that they feel safe in that, right? How many was that? That was 4. All right, so I got one more. Security. You got to feel like they got to feel safe with you. They need to feel that they're safe around you. They know that you protect them, that you got their back. Like, I love the fact that I know my daughter knows how crazy I am and from my past, that I'm sure she goes to school, and if anybody really says some wild stuff to her, she goes, I'll go get my daddy. And that makes me feel good, right? That's an ego boost for me, right? Till I walk up and then her dad and then the other kid dad is there and he like 8 feet tall. And I'm like, okay, I'll kick you in the knee. I had that happen once.
What?
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah. Shut down a whole soccer game.
Oh my God.
Whole soccer game. But I had to be the protector.
Yes.
You're number 5. And this little girl, she was a big girl. My daughter was like 6. This little girl came up, kept pushing her. And then they were in a kicking circle and the girl ran up behind her and shoved her. I lost my shit. Now at that point I'm up and I'm like, ref, what you gonna do? You gonna call anything? What do you want? This little girl over here. So the dad goes, what? That's my daughter. I said, I don't give a fuck if that's your daughter. I said, you better check your daughter. I said, she over here pushing my daughter. What you wanna do? Dude got up. Now I'm 6'4". I swear to God. My wife is 5'2". Okay. The wife got up. She was every bit of 5'10", 5'11". The husband got up, and this motherfucker had to be 6'9". Big, good old boy. And he got up. It was one of those moments I was like, oh, can't punk out now. Gotta handle this. Kids is watching. I gotta handle this. So I'm walking towards him, saying whatever, but the whole time I'm like, I'm gonna kick him right in his knee. I can see how he walking. He bow-legged, his knee messed up. He too tall. I'm gonna kick him right in his knee. Then all of a sudden the ref's blowing the whistle. My wife is yelling at his wife, and whole game. Call the game, done. I created silent sidelines for the rest of the season.
Protector.
You ain't gonna mess with my daughter, my kids. I'm ready for you.
I know that's right.
I'm ready for you.
Oh my goodness. Those are great key points.
Yes.
I love them.
Yes.
And I think so many fathers are going to resonate with this interview.
Well, I hope so. I hope it helps somebody become a better dad. I mean, it's fun. And I can always be a better dad. It's a never-ending job. It just gets different, evolves as they get older.
Absolutely.
You know.
I love this. And I know your kids are proud to call you dad.
Oh, thanks.
So please, thank you. Come again.
Absolutely.
You're the bomb. Thank you so much.
Thank you, darling.
You're
I had
welcome.
a great time.
Absolutely.
Yes.
Everyone, that's a wrap for Parental Vision Podcast. I'm your host, Tiana Caprice. Until next time, bye.